Hi, welcome to the second of our virtual guest speakers. In this video we are going to look at the types and characteristics of small and medium enterprises. We can distinguish between different sizes of enterprise. Micro enterprises typically employ up to 10 people. These make up the vast majority of UK businesses. Most of these are operated by one person. Small enterprises employ between 11 to 49 people, with less than 250,000 of these operating in the UK. Medium enterprises employ between 50 to 249 people. There are less than 50,000 of these operating in the UK.
Time2 Resources has just two directors, myself and Carlo, and no other employees. This means we are a micro enterprise. This does not, however, mean that we can't utilise the skills of others. For example, we still use specialists. We have a web designer and an accountant who provide their services to us in return for a fee. The difference is they're not directly employed by us. We also use freelance employees, so if we need somebody on an ad hoc basis, for example, to be front of house or sell books at a revision conference, we would employ them just for that day.
A sole trader is an individual who owns and runs their own business. They own 100% of the business, so will have complete control of decision making. For example, what hours to work and what to do with any profit. They are easy to set up and often require limited startup capital. However, they have unlimited liability, so the owner is personally responsible for any debt. A partnership is where two or more people own the business. Each partner will invest money in the business and is equally responsible for debts incurred. They will each take a share of the profit and usually share in decision making. A partnership is formed by signing a deed of partnership detailing each partner's responsibilities. Partnerships also have unlimited liability. Time2 Resources is a private limited company.
As a private limited company, we have LTD after our name, so the business's name is Time2 Resources Limited. This means it is owned by shareholders, myself and Carlo. But if we wanted to, as a private limited company, we could raise extra capital by selling shares to family and friends. Shareholders are paid dividends. This is a share of the profits that the enterprise makes. One of the major benefits of being a private limited company is that we have limited liability. This means that our personal assets, such as houses or cars, cannot be taken away from us to pay for the debts of the business.
SMEs might have a physical location or operate online. Helen and I work from home to produce our range of resources and deal with customer inquiries. We sometimes hire out theatres and conference rooms for student revision sessions and teacher training. More commonly, we visit schools and colleges, utilising classrooms or auditoriums to deliver revision sessions. We often run revision sessions concurrently, for example, vocational and A-level or business and economics at the same time. Our resources are sold online. Many of these are available for digital download, so can be purchased and delivered immediately.
As Carlo has already mentioned, we have both a physical and an online presence. When working from home, Carlo is based in Leeds and I am based in York. This means because we are both based in Yorkshire and only 14 minutes away, it's easy enough for us to meet up if we need to discuss things in person. But in reality, we can organise most things through either emails, video calls or telephone calls. Our postal address is a PO box in Huntington in York. Hence, when we come up in a Google search, it shows us as a Royal Mail sorting office. This isn't an actual place where we work, it's just a place that our mail is sent to before being redirected to my home address. Thank you for watching this video on types and characteristics of small and medium enterprises. Hopefully you now understand how Carlo and I at Time2 Resources operate as a micro enterprise and the characteristics of that, in particular the fact that we are a private limited company. If you haven't already done so, why not subscribe now to the Time2 Resources YouTube channel. In our next video in this series of virtual guest speakers, we'll be looking at A3, the purpose of enterprises.